All right, y'all. So here's part 3. So Dr. Newman sold my mom up and she was being transferred to ICU. So once my mom got in ICU and she came to, she felt like she was drowning. And she started going, and shaking her head, no, And the reason why she felt like she was drowning was because she was on a ventilator and the fluid was supposed to be draining through the tube inside of a bag, but instead it was draining inside her lungs. So my mom is going, shaking her head, no. And the nurse said, look, she trying to tell us something. So the nurse took a loose my mom's right arm because they had her hands tied to the bed. And my mom started patting her lungs, going, and doing the choking sign, shaking her head, no, and patting her lungs. And the nurse said, yeah, you need that because you can't breathe on your own. And she started patting her lungs again and said, And then the nurse tied my mom's hand back to the bed. And once she tied my mom's hand back to the bed, my mom collapsed. My mom said she saw herself in the bed and she saw them working on her body. And then she said she felt like she was being drawn up in the sky through this bright, bright tunnel like a magnet. She said the light was so bright, nothing on this earth can even compare to how bright that light was. And she said that she had no remembrance of anybody on this earth. She didn't remember being married, just having a child, nobody. And she said all of a sudden she looked down and she seen all these people in the world with a dark cloud over them. And she said, look, she said, Lord, look at them. They don't know you. I got to tell them about you. And as soon as she said that, boom, her spirit went right back into her body and the respirator tube flew out of her mouth and all that stuff gushed out of her mouth all over the bed. But she couldn't see. She can only hear people. So they came and tried to put the respirator tube back in her mouth. But every time they tried, it would pop back out. And with so much force, it would land on the bed. She heard it land on the bed. And they said, wow, she breathing on her own. Well, we'll just tell Dr. Newman that she pulled it out and started breathing on her own. Oh, my time up. Like for part 4.